What's up YouTube? Today I'm ranking every hero on Marvel Rivals. Let's go. And of course I'm stuck in bronze, so this is based off of everything that I see down there. Alright, so the tiers we're working with here is the best, which is reserved for one character. Very good, decent, mid, and dog water. Pretty self-explanatory. First up, Adam Warlock. I'll pit him in mid. I haven't seen a single good Adam Warlock revive, but his healing's pretty good, and Soul Bond, it does something. Next up, Black Panther. I'm gonna pit Black Panther right above Adam Warlock. I feel like console players aren't really good with Black Panther because your sensitivity has to be high to keep dashing back and forth. And yeah, I haven't seen many good Black Panthers. Next up, the sorriest character in Marvel Rivals history, Black Widow. I don't need to say anything. Black Widow, dog water. Next up, now I'm really mad. Hulk. I'm gonna put him in decent. Hulk has a shield which is pretty good. His ult makes him absorb so much damage, and he has a good escape, so I would put him in decent. Next up, Groot. I'm gonna put Groot at the bottom of mid. I don't like having a Groot on my team, and I don't like going against them. They always put up walls that just do nothing. So yep, he's buns. Next up, Captain America. Dog water. No one picks Captain America, and for good reason. He blows. His ult gives him health, I think. His shield isn't really good, it just blocks him. And yep, he's just buns. Next up, Cloak and Dagger. I'll pick Cloak and Dagger in very good. Her ult is cracked. She seems to get it goddamn every 2 seconds. And I think her healing is auto aim, if I'm not mistaken. And it's pretty hard to kill her. She has that bubble she always throws down. And yeah, she's annoying. Next up, Hawkeye. I'm gonna pit Hawkeye in front of Adam Warlock. It's 50-50 with him. If your aim is buns, you're buns. If you hit shots, then you'll be okay. And whenever I see a Hawkeye on my team, it's a toss-up. Next up, Doctor Strange. I'm gonna pit Doctor Strange above Cloak and Dagger. He can see into the future, he can stun, and he has a big shield to protect his team. That's all that needs to be said. Next up, Hela. I feel like Hela's the same with Hawkeye, but slightly better. I'll put her at the top of mid. Actually, her ult is pretty good, so I'll put her in decent behind Hulk. It's really dependent on hitting shots, and she can fly away, which is pretty cool. So I'll actually put her above Hulk. I'm negotiating with myself here. Next up, Iron Fist. Iron Fist is pretty annoying. I'll put him above Hela. I don't really know what his ult does, but whenever I hear him say those Chinese words, I run away. He got it. Next up, Iron Man. I'm gonna put Iron Man in dog water. He is so easy to kill, and every time you fly, you're just putting a target on yourself. His ult is pretty good. I copy it a lot using Loki. So maybe I'll move, and he's staying in dog water. Next up, Jeff. Where should I put Jeff? I'll put him at the top of decent. He's pretty easy to use. I also copy his ult a lot. He's pretty good at healing, which he should be. And he's pretty annoying to kill, so yeah, I'd say he's indecent. Next up, Luna. I'm gonna put Luna right behind Cloak and Dagger. Of course, Luna's ult, best ult in the game. She heals, she claps, and she runs fast. Next up, Magic. Magic is dog water. I'll even pit her behind Captain America. I've never seen a single good Magic. They get slaughtered every time they try to kill somebody. And yeah, that's about it. Next up, Mantis. I'll put Mantis behind Luna Snow. She has a Luna Snow ult, but a little bit worse. She can sleep people, which is pretty cool, and her healing really doesn't do much. So yeah, she's definitely a worse Luna Snow. Next up, Moon Knight. I'll pit Moon Knight at the top of decent. Actually, I'll pit him behind Jeff and Iron Fist. His ult is pretty good, and if you don't destroy that symbol, then he could be pretty good. But other than that, I'll just say he's decent. He's normal. Next up, I was waiting for this one. Namor. Gotta put him in the best. Psych! Namor is buns. He's one of the worst characters. His ult doesn't do anything if you don't hit his shots. Honestly, even if you do hit shots, they don't do nothing. They're just gonna get healed before you can finish them. And his squids don't do anything. Next up, Magneto. I'm gonna pick Magneto in the top of mid. I don't know why anyone uses Magneto when there's Doctor Strange and Penny Parker. Magneto players seem to hate me because they always solo ult me. And yeah, he's just mid. Speaking of Penny Parker, she's up next. I'm gonna pick Penny Parker the top of decent. Her mines are good. Her webs hide her mines, which is even better. Her ult really is pretty annoying, and whenever she shoots her web out, she could stop a lot of ults with that. And she can climb walls, so she deserves to be indecent. Next up, Psylocke. Psylocke is going in dog water right behind Iron Man. I don't know why anyone uses Psylocke. She does no damage. Her ult is good, I guess. She's just buns. Next up, Punisher. I'm gonna put Punisher in front of Hulk. He's pretty good to use. His ult is very good. I copy it a lot, of course. His turret can be okay. Have decent aim, then you'll be decent with Punisher. Next up, Rocket. I'm gonna put Rocket in dog water, but at the top. He does nothing. His gun, his regular gun, does no damage. His healing sucks. His ult sucks. I guess he could escape pretty quick with the dashes and he could climb up walls. But it doesn't matter if you can escape if you do nothing. Next up, Squirrel Girl. Now Squirrel Girl was the sorriest character in Season 0. But since her ult got buffed, I'll pit her above Groot. Her damage is non-existent, but she can stun lock someone with her squirrels. So I guess that's pretty cool. And her ult does something now, so mid. Next up, Star-Lord. Star-Lord, I gotta put him in very good. First of all, he has Glocks with switches. So for that alone, he has to be in very good. And his ult is insane. He can auto lock, he can fly. That one move he does where he starts breakdancing, dodging all the bullets and starts blasting people. I might even pit him above Luna Snow. Next up, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is very hit or miss. It's very hard to use him. If I see a Spider-Man on my team, I'm automatically worried. I'll pit him. I'm gonna pit him behind Magneto. I've never seen a good Spider-Man on console. Actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna just pit him right here. Yeah. Next up, Storm. I'm pitting Storm. I have to pit Storm in dog water right behind Iron Man. Same thing with Iron Man, really. Once you get in the air, you're just gonna become a target. And both of their ults are good, so they're right next to each other. Next up, Scarlet Witch. I'm gonna pit Scarlet Witch at the back of decent. She has auto aim, so that's good. And her ult is good, but it can easily be shut down. Actually, I'll pit her at the top of mid, right next to her grandpappy. Next up, Thor. I gotta pit Thor in very good. I don't know how to use Thor, but whenever I see one, and I don't see him often, they cook. He seems to gain shield out of nowhere. He flies, he swings his hammer, and yeah, I just stay out of his way. Next up, Venom. I'm gonna pit Venom at the back of decent, right below Hulk. Venom is hard to kill. He swings away like a little rat. He has that shield. He doesn't do much damage, and his ult sucks. Next up, Wolverine. I'm gonna pit Wolverine at the back of mid, above Spider-Man. I have seen some good Wolverines, but most of them just get slaughtered before they can even get close to the enemy tank. I feel like his ult really doesn't do much, and he is pretty annoying to kill because he gets some shield back for some reason. But yeah, I would say at the back of mid. I just don't see him too often. Next up, Bucky. I'm gonna pit Bucky at the top of decent. Whenever there's a Bucky on my team, they do pretty good. And you can hit some insane clips with his ult, and that could be a game changer. I've tried to use his ult with Loki, but it doesn't end up too well with me. Next up, the Invisible Woman. I'm a pit her in very good above Mantis. Yeah, above Mantis. She can turn invisible. It's very hard to kill her. She can just turn invisible and run away. Her ult is pretty good. She's good at healing. She has a shield. Honestly, I might even pit her above Luna. She's definitely one of the best healers. Next up, Fantastic Four. This guy is sorry. I'll pit him. Actually, I'll pit him below. I'll pit him below Storm. Yeah, he doesn't do nothing. His damage isn't there, and his ult is pretty bad, I would say. Yeah, he's just all around sorry. They shouldn't have added him. And of course, the best for last, my boy Loki. Nothing needs to be said. If you're wondering why he's the best, just go look at my YouTube videos. All my highlights with Loki should be pure evidence of why he's the best character in the game. Thanks for watching.